Alright, this problem 6.10 from Brigham and Houston Fundamentals of Financial Management, Concise 9th edition. We're given some information in here about components of interest rates, and we're looking at the difference between a 3-year treasury and a 1-year treasury. Alright, so a 1-year treasury and a 3-year treasury. Let's start out with, due to a recession, expected inflation this year is only 3.25%. Okay, so the inflation premium is 3.25%. The inflation rate in year 2 and year 3 and year 4 and forevermore is supposed to be higher than 3.25, but they don't tell us what it is. They expect us to figure it out. They say that assume that expectations theory holds. Okay, if expectations theory holds, maturity risk premium is 0 for both a 1-year and a 3-year treasury. And they give us a real risk-free rate of 2.5%. Alright, so by definition, this is 0 for treasuries and default risk. Okay, so both default risk and liquidity risk for treasuries is 0. Alright. So what inflation is expected after year 1, that's what they're asking us to solve for here. All right. Well, the nominal rate on a 1-year treasury would be $5.75, and the problem tells us that the yield on a 3-year treasury is 1.5% higher. Okay, so that plus 1.5% means that the rate on a 3-year treasury is 7.25%. All right, so what's the average inflation rate over the 3-year period? In year 1, two, and 3, I know that the inflation in the first year is 3.25%, and the inflation in the second year and the third year is X. Whatever it is, it's X. All right, but I can solve for that. I know that the grand total of the inflation premium here has to be equal to this minus this. So the average inflation is 4.75 over the 3-year period. So whatever the sum of these three, all right, so the average for a 3-year inflation would be equal to 3.25% plus X divided by 3, right? And I know that the average inflation rate is 4.75%, and that's equal to 3.25% plus X divided by 3. If I multiply both sides by 3, I'll have 4.75% times 3 is equal to 3.25% plus X divided by 3 times 3, which will make this a grand total of 14.25% would be equal to 3.25% plus 2 X's. Okay, so if I subtract the 3.25% from both sides, that's 11% would be equal to the 2X, and then X would have to be 11% divided by 2, or 5.5%. I could check my answer up here. 3.25% plus 5.5% plus 5.5%, and then take the average over those 3 years. And it'll come out 4.75%. I must have done it right. So the average, so the inflation rate expected in years 2, 3, 4, 5, and then forevermore, the answer is 5.5%.